Good afternoon, everybody. I'm pleased to see that everybody is present today. As you can see on the agenda, we have a lot of ground to cover, so let's get down to business then. Our main goal today is to really reconsider our annual budget. It has to be cut by £100,000. We all know this isn't an easy subject to discuss, so I would ask you all to be polite and to not interrupt each other. Shall we start then? We will discuss every point separately. So I will start with the first point, to reduce the annual training budget by 2 or 5%. Can the personnel manager give his opinion about this?
Yes, I think annual budget or training is really necessary. If we really have to reduce it, I would do it only by 2%, because our personnel will improve much slower if you don't have these trainings, and we have to stay up to date too. So I think it is really important that we keep our trainings.
Yes. And R&D, do you think it's necessary? Do our employees really need the training? Or
I also think they can use the training, yes, because the gap would be too large, and we wouldn't evaluate too fast enough.
yes.
So
Only by 2%?
yes.
Yes, I think.
Okay, so we all agree on that one?
Yes.
So we can go to point 2. Reduce our annual R&D budget by 1, 5 or 10%.
Yes, I won't reduce the annual research and development budget because Google really needs that budget. We all know that in the past we have introduced Google drones, Google glasses, also space elevators, and so on and so on. So that's really important, because that's all because we had a high budget for research and development. So I won't take the budget away. Take a percentage of it.
Yes, because we are known as a high-tech company, and I would really like to keep it that way. We would lose too much customers to our competition, I think, and it's really a high-cost sector, so I wouldn't reduce the budget.
No, we have also new projects, but these projects aren't developed. So if we reduce now the budget, there's a chance that these new projects won't be profitable. So yes.
R&D has a budget of £500,000. Don't you think that it's possible to miss about £5,000? It's not that much, and it helps to helps to us for us to reach our goal.
5,000 could be possible, but
Only 1%?
I also believe that
10%
R&D is important, but 1% is not that much.
True.
So
Yes, and everybody has to contribute to these savings.
Yes, maybe we can make a concession of 1%.
Yes, okay. We all agree on that? It will be possible to maintain our projects then?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually think that 5% isn't that much either, because it's only 25%, and Google is known for being creative. So I think that we all can come up with ideas to get 25,000 of 500,000.
But don't you think that that might have an effect on
the current projects, and
because Google is known as a very creative business, so it's very important to come with creative ideas and
new ideas.
yeah,
to
new
keep
ideas.
keep
to
that
the domination
to develop
the
new
position
ideas.
they have reached now, because they are very
Maybe we should vote by raising hands then. Okay, so who thinks 1% is more than enough? Okay, 5%? I guess I have to decide then.
1% is really not much, I think.
What about like 3%?
Yeah,
Like
that's
15,000.
But we really have a lot of projects.
But I think 3% is a good proposition. I think it's really creative and it will be possible.
There are maybe less important projects you can
Yes.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
our annual budget, so for the coming years we can look into it and maybe
Yeah, we just postpone it.
yes.
Postpone the project.
Yes.
Maybe next year you can start
So
it again.
okay,
If
and
we
then
don't, if we don't have enough budget, we can
With a
also
year is long
we
to
can
postpone
always
a project.
add a little
Yes.
bit of budget.
It's less important.
Okay.
And it's
Okay, so-
old-fashioned for a year.
The
I
competition has developed it already, and it's too late.
no, I think 3% will be
Yes.
agreed.
Then that's
will
that's
be
fair.
Yes. Okay. So 15,000 out of the
Okay.
budget. Then to reduce the subsidy on sales representative motor expenses, has the marketing department has a lot of figures on it, or
I think it's up to the personal, but my opinion about it is that we give our representatives lots of commissions, and maybe we can reduce that, so we can give the starters a little bit less commissions. So then we save a lot of money on that, I guess. So.
do you agree on that, or?
Yeah, I'm just trying to comprehend what she's saying because I'm not completely understanding what
Yes.
she.
It's about I think it's about the sales representatives. So they
Yes.
say our products, they go from house to house, and now they get a lot of commissions, and commission can go very. And maybe it's important to change our policy on that, and to start up the starters with a lower commission rate.
Can I go into that
So, but
too?
yes, but it's really about the subsidy on the motor expenses.
Yeah.
So when they travel from house to house, they're yes.
Can I go into it? Because I thought maybe we can just choose cars who cost less. Because now they all have a very expensive car like Audi and whatever, I don't know which cars. But maybe we can just go for more cheaper cars like
and more eco-friendly. So they
they are a bit
So
more
they-
cheaper, so
yes, and they don't use as
as
much. Yes.
I also want to discuss that our team as well, like sometimes maybe it's possible to have a meeting by iOS to like start with our own application, so by video calling. But I think it's also that we really need to go house by house or sometimes it's not always okay. Like if you just go to this information, you need to do that with people.
To go on vacation because some people use a car too much for private. But how can we control that? Because that's very hard to control, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
If it has to be, they have to write down.
There has to be someone who's responsible to note everything.
Yes, but I think we really have to decide on this point because we have a lot of other points we have to decide on. So what do we say? Do we keep this this how it is, or do we reduce it by 10 or 5%, or?
I personally would reduce it, but I would also take other steps to,
So you
to
say
control how we
Actually,
can
give it a
control
try,
it.
but we have to figure it all out.
Yeah.
More.
Yes. So I would say 5%, so 5,000, but we will discuss. We'll have to look for more information about it. Then the fourth point is use only second-class rail transport.
I'm fully agree on that because I think everybody will understand it.
Yes.
Because
Second
there's
class
not
and
much
first class,
difference.
it's almost the same.
Yes, for me personally, I travel by train, and I think it's yes.
Yeah, and you can
doesn't-
save 18,000 pounds.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's a lot. That's a lot.
So okay, everybody agrees on that. Then we can move on to point 5. So the sponsorships project. Could the marketing department tell me what's the most important one? Because
The most important one is to sponsor the local sports team, because you have a lot of return on investments, and it's also beneficial for the sports team because they will be healthier then. That's also good for everyone. It also is good for a tax break, because most local sports teams are non-profit teams, and then if you sponsor them, we won't have to pay taxes, so that's also
yes,
good for us.
Can I add something?
yes.
I think it's very important to sponsor these events, because we can target a large group. We reach children, we reach senior citizens, we reach adults, and it's one of our weaknesses that people don't always get our perception of the Google practices. So with this sponsorship, so we have to be seen by people. Also because there is a lot of competition lately. There's IBM, Apple, our biggest rival, Microsoft, who is doing it very well lately, and they come up with new features. They do extend also their businesses. So I believe that we cannot take the risk to perform less and to.
So you won't
No,
say anything on
no.
this?
I think it's very marketing is very important.
We can save on not the local sports team.
And everything, 20,000 or?
Yes, yes.
But maybe we have to just replace
Yeah,
a bit
maybe.
of this sponsorship line. Maybe we can focus more on social media. That's it's cheap.
Yes.
You don't have to pay everything.
Yes.
So maybe we can reduce a little bit.
Yeah, that's a very interesting idea.
But
So
just on another another way to
So
sponsor.
maybe not.
use another media.
Yeah.
Maybe we can
Cheaper.
equalize the budget that we use for both projects. So we can
Both 15,000.
yes, yeah, both 15,000. So we save 5,000, and we don't lose a lot.
Or for the local sports teams, 10,000.
I would not use it.
No?
We think the locals
It's very
are
beneficial for our reputation.
and also
as
very
company.
important
Yes,
for us.
but I think Google has already a really high reputation.
We have to remember that Google is not irreplaceable.
Yeah, it's
and
not
we
only-
have to remain popular, and
Yes.
so we really need that marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So we decide on 5,000 from the national arts. So then the IT manager can say something about the 6th point, the outsource of all IT services. I wouldn't prefer that, but if you has
No, I have the same idea as you. The IT services, I wouldn't like to reduce or outsource those things. I know it's 90,000, but we need all that money. There are many programs we made, and it's very difficult to outsource those programs because our IT managers know this problem, and it would cost too much to explain and to have.
And IT is also a core business. So
Yeah.
it's a bit to- Yes, I understand.
And we would also have to cut jobs. People lose their jobs if we.
No, we can.
But is it possible to outsource a small part of the whole IT, because it already.
But I don't
so only
think
the
that
maintenance.
Yeah, I also wanted to come to that point. The maintenance of the IT systems, I can agree that all the 50,000 we can outsource this. And it would also cost money to do this, but not as much as 50,000. So I agree that can be outsourced. Yes. Okay. So we save 50,000.
That was easy to agree on. Yes. So point 7, reduce the subsidy to staff canteen by 10 or by 20%. Does the personnel have an opinion about it?
Yes.
Have you?
I will only reduce it by 10% because the quality of the food is otherwise going. It's way too low, and our personnel won't buy any food with us anymore. So I think only 10% will be enough.
Yes, but we also have to look at the savings we've already made, and I think we have already saved a lot.
Already at the 100,000.
Yes. So maybe when it's not.
Reduce on that one.
Or we can reconsider something you find more important, but
research and development.
but
Yes.
we also have point 8, 9, and 10 to discuss. So maybe we can choose from them which one we will choose the most.
Number 10, I would outsource office cleaning because it's not necessary that we are responsible for the cleaning of our offices, and we could use the money for more important things like more money for research or to keep the personnel happy.
Can I go into that? Because we do have personnel for that, for the cleaning stuff, and we are gonna find them. I mean, they also need a job. It's not easy to do that.
But a lot of companies did it, and we can save 15,000 pounds.
But
That's a lot.
Maybe can we reduce just by 10,000 or?
And also,
You can't fire like half the person.
Yes.
Can we just help them to find another job? Because I
Yes.
want to
For
just fire them.
example.
Yes, and we can recommend them to the company we will be contacting to clean our offices. So we could recommend we have already because we have a lot of offices. We are a large firm, so I think they could use some extra forces to help them clean. So maybe we could recommend our employees, so that won't be a problem.
Yeah, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah?
Just don't fire them with that. Give them something other.
Okay, with all the savings we've made, we can maintain our annual Christmas party. So I think
it's important for all our colleagues to meet each other and to talk not only about work but a little bit bonding.
yes, it's good to bond, and it's also good for motivation of our staff. And I think Google thinks it's very important. And the professional magazines, I think it's very important for R&D to
also for marketing.
Also for marketing.
There are many divisions.
Yes. So we could say then that with our savings, everybody's agreed on. That is, I can close the meeting then, but I will.
How much did we save, please?
So I will now. So I will now some of the main points. So of our annual training, we are saving 4,000. Then on the R&D budget, we aren't seeing anything on that. So the
5%?
Yeah, was it 15?
5%.
Was it 3%? Was it 3%?
Oh, 3%. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, that's why we are all here to help me with the main points. So the subsidy on the sales representatives we can reduce by half, but we have to look into that as well. The marketing department would do this, or
You have it will be from 35,000 pounds to 30. It will be reduced to 30,000 pounds. So we save.
No.
You're at
So
point
5,000.
three.
So 0.3. So the
expenses.
subsidy on sales motor representative motor expenses we would reduce by 5,000, but you have to look into the details of the options we could do about this. And then use only second class transport we agreed all on, so 18,000 saved. Then the sponsorships we only saved 5,000. Yes. And then the IT, maintenance of IT, 50,000. And then we haven't.
The outsource of the office cleaning?
Yes.
Yes. So 15,000. So if we make a quick summation.
103,000 pounds.
Yes. So we.
It's
It's more than enough. So I think we've agreed all on this, and I am very pleased with the outcome of this meeting and the willingness of each department to give in to their budget. Thank you for being here and for participating as well as you did. And have a nice day.